Hello everyone, welcome to Jurisage Academy, the issue with the founder of Jurisage. Today we are going to talk about the subjective part. We have made a lot of videos for the comprehension based objective part, but we haven't talked about the subjective part. What are the changes that has brought forth by the CLAT sample paper? We are going to talk about in this video the subjective part changes. So before starting the video, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly do subscribe to it and press the bell icon. So let's start the video. So the first and foremost change that we can see is the number of questions. If you remember the 2019 question paper that has only 5 questions, now this year that has been reduced to 4 questions. So 4 questions has been asked for the subjective part. Now they might increase one more in the exam, that we don't know, but what they are saying in the sample paper, the 4 questions will be asked and out of which you have to answer one of that. Okay, sorry, 2 of that. Now the next important thing that I am going to talk about is the questions that were given. The first, you need to understand, if you see question number 1 or question number 2, basically those were quite arguments based questions. What I mean by argument based in the sense that you can write in both the aspects. Okay, whether sedition laws should be repealed or not, you can have your own view. Okay, it's more of open ended questions that has been asked. Okay, you can have your view and you can write according to your views. You can write your own reasoning according to whatever you know, whatever you believe, whatever your supporting view is. Okay, so that's quite interesting and that's quite helpful for the student as well, because law student has their own view. It's not about the judgment that is deciding the conclusion. It's also about what you think about the sedition laws, whether it needs a place in the IPC book or it doesn't. So that is a very good question. So that has a lot of ample domain you can write. Totally, you can write your own reasoning. Now, second question is quite frightening in the sense is that it's from the Specific Relief Act, and which is nowhere mentioned in the syllabus. Now, Specific Relief Act is you can say it's somewhat attached to Contract Act together, but not, you can say it's totally it's related to Contract Act. But Specific Relief Act is a very important act, and the amendment is also important. But the question that is asked in that fashion, that is quite frightening, because it's too much specific. You need to know the amendment and the nature of the amendment, whether it is prospective or retrospective, whether it is procedural or substantive. Now, it's not open ended, you can't play with that. If you know the things, then you can write. If you don't know the things, you can't write. So in that sense, it's very difficult to understand this kind of question. Now, sedition law question was bit easy because a lot of maximum students, they know the sedition laws and they can write about it. Okay. Now, Specific Relief Act, a lot of students, they don't know it, and that's another advantage with the Specific Relief Act kind of question कि बहुत कम स्टूडेंट अटेंड करेंगे, बट जो स्टूडेंट अटेंड करेंगे उसको मार्क्स अच्छे मिलेंगे. ठीक है. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन दैट विल बी देयर इन द एग्जाम as well. Now, talking about third is quite unique, and a lot of students, you people, were commenting from so many months कि ऐसा jurisprudence से कैसे subjective question पूछ सकते हैं. Now, take a look at this question. This is question from subjective part. It is question from Hoffield theory. You can attach the Hoffield theory to this. I need food and I demand that you will satisfy my right to food. That question particularly. So its jurisprudential nature of the question is so interesting, and this is so also open to you. You can write whatever you feel like. Okay, and if your jurisprudence is good, you can definitely establish with the Hoffieldian theory with that answer. Okay, so that answer is also very good, and you can write. If you can't answer or if you can't have really general topic to write, this topic that you can write. Definitely you can write. If you think about it, you can write. Okay, now the fourth question is quite specific again. Now this too specific is very scary, because 2019 question paper, there were terrorism. That was quite open-ended. You can write whatever you want to write, and that's why Pulwama attack was also on the news, and a lot of people studied about the Pulwama attack, and that was there in the news. Ordinance was specific. So you can say that there are specific and general nature. Both the subjects will be amalgamated and they are going to ask. Okay, but there is one thing that you can definitely take from the 4 subjective question, that one question will be easy like sedition laws, and another question would be more general that anyone can answer. So I don't think you have to think a lot of things about the subjective part. If you know the how to write, if you know how to structure, if you know how to introduce or the topic, if you know how to conclude the topic, so it's all come down to your structure and pattern. Okay, if you're preparing very hard, or if you're preparing for so long regarding the subjective part, I hope it's not of a major concern. But nonetheless, specific nature of the question, that actually it's concerning for the student, that you have to be very aware of, to my perspective. Okay, so these are the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, and I hope if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any other query regarding the subjective part, kindly mention in the comment box. So, and if you have any other query regarding the comprehension based objective part that we haven't covered, because we have made a lot of videos regarding the objective part as well, you can definitely mention as well in the comment box. Okay, so that will help you regarding that, we are going to help you regarding as well. And if you haven't downloaded the Jury Search Academy app, kindly go download the Jury Search Academy app. You can participate in the All India CLAT PG mock competition. The date has been extended. You can go and participate. You will get to know how your comprehension reading speed, the comprehension kind of question that has been asked in the mock competition, that is there. You can definitely participate. And Decoding the Jurisprudence 3rd edition is there. It's a very good book on the jurisprudence MCQ, so you can definitely look at it. And also All India LLM Short Hive for your preparation, for boost up your preparation, for your comprehension based mock, everything that is included, what you need to know, recent judgments, everything is there in the comprehension in the LLM Short Hive. The link of that particular course is given below in the description. You can definitely check it out. Okay, so we are going to end this session here. We're going to meet again soon for the next video. Thank you. Good night to all of you.